Okay, so you guys had a visit. I was waiting for Keir Starmer to get over there. Because obviously, my country is the UK, and I'm like, what's going on with us and America? Everything's going on over there with Russia. He's talking about Ukraine. They had the meeting with the French Prime Minister, Macron. And I'm like, when is it our turn? I don't know if I want a turn. Do I want a turn? Oh, he brought a letter from King Charles. Can we read the letter? King Charles. Usually correspondence written by the king is not made public, but Donald Trump held up the letter in the Oval Office. Oh. The letter, which was inviting him to visit the UK for a historic second state visit. Okay, but just go to the king, okay? Like, don't be coming out here in the rest of it and stuff or whatever, alright? Because we don't want to be stanking up the place. We don't want to be stanking up the place with fake tan, alright? Okay, here's what we've been able to make out from the photos. In the opening paragraph, the king references the breadth of challenges across the world and says the UK and the US have a vital role to play. Yes, of course they do. Oh my gosh, he used an exclamation mark. I mean, I know somebody else, typed it up, but I just can't imagine the king using an exclamation mark. There is much on both estates which I think you might find interesting. I think he's talking about his estates, like Buckingham Palace and Balmoral and Dumfries and all that. Oh yeah, particularly as my foundation at Dumfries House provides hospitality skills training for young people who often end up as staff in your own establishments. So they train at Dumfries and then go work in like Mar-a-Lago or something? Quite apart from this presenting an opportunity to discuss a wide range of issues of mutual interest, it would also offer a valuable chance to plan a historic second state visit to the United Kingdom. As you will know, this is unprecedented by a US president. That is why I would find it helpful for us to be able to discuss together a range of options for location and program content. Oh, you mean for the photo ops and stuff? Right, I see. In doing so, working together, I know we will further enhance the special relationship between our two countries, of which we are both so proud. I'm proud of certain aspects of our relationship with America. One king cozies up to another, In all honesty, whatever king or queen we had right now, I would have expected them to just roll over and be like, yeah, let's be best friends. Even though you're a fascist 1930s style dictator, he would write that stuff to Putin as well, honestly. Let's be friends, we've got to be cordial, because I don't even know, actually. I don't even know. Just underneath the photo here, I will hand it out to Sky News, all right? They have put here, Mr. Trump, the first ever convicted felon to become US president, accepted the invitation from the king, making him the only elected political leader in modern times to be invited to 2 state visits by a British monarch. And that wouldn't have happened if Trump wasn't trying to cozy up to Putin and doing all of this other stuff right now. So it remains to be seen whether we are going to try and cozy up to America as they are cozying up to Russia. Oh my God, I literally am just seeing the colour of his face against the colour of his hands right now. Sorry, that just took me off guard there. Okay, let's have a look here. While cordial, the initial meeting in the Oval Office between Sir Keir and Trump left no doubt that the US president hoped to be firmly in charge. Well, obviously, in charge of everything all of the time, always, even when he literally has no idea what's going on. The meeting was a pattern we've seen now 6 times with foreign leaders in the White House, including Emmanuel Macron and a whole bunch of other people. Trump taking control of the room and using the opportunity to get his own messages, both domestic and international, across to the reporters. I told you, we've spoken about that in other videos. He does this thing where he will use press meetings, the cameras and reporters being there and knowing that people are going to be watching at home. He uses that as some sort of like a tool of peer pressure. It always makes me think of it's not to say that this is what happens all of the time, but it always makes me think of marriage proposals where somebody has clearly done a proposal in a public setting in the hopes that it will peer pressure the person into saying yes, right? And I'm like, Trump does that a lot. He will bring things up in a sphere where he knows that there's that peer pressure from news media reporters, the audience watching, to bring things up to maybe mention things that maybe he's mentioned in the hallway, or he's mentioned in a cabinet room, or something like that, and he's been maybe laughed off, or nobody really paid attention, or they maybe gave him like or maybe he just hasn't had a chance to bring it up. He seems to bring it up in these situations. Oh, I think it might be because he himself operates in that way, right? Ratings, approvals, how many people are watching, like attention, really, just attention, media attention. And so he might think that other leaders also operate, maybe he thinks that's what all people operate, but other leaders, specifically, might operate like that too. So he thinks to himself, if I feel that way about this peer pressure of, coming across the best I can possibly come across in this to the audience, then maybe I could put pressure on this person too, and they are also going to cave to that media and social pressure too. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I just love the analysis. Okay, at one point, Sir Keir was asked about Trump's controversial call to make Canada a member of the Commonwealth, the 51st state of the US. I think you're trying to find a divide that doesn't exist. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Trump interjected quickly with the words, "That's enough," before moving on. Again, taking control of the room. I mean, again, I will say, BBC, you're saying that he's taking control of the room. I see what you're saying here, as in, like, he's demanding and he is taking control. He is taking control of the room by being like, we're not talking about that anymore. And I see what you mean and stuff, but it's like he's not taking control as in it's under his control. He's just steamrolling. It's like, taking the wheel of a car and just, yeah, it's under his control as in he is the one with his hands on the wheel, but is it actually control when it's like, To put it gently, Sir Keir and Trump are from different schools of politics, absolutely. Both in their style and substance, 100%. Whether or not even here or anywhere else in the world you agree with or you like Keir Starmer, you don't have to. That man is far more eloquent and at least tactful. That is just something that we do have here with British politics, right? They lie, they cheat, they will extort, they are corrupt and... nope, we are not perfect by any stretch, by any means, okay? But all I am going to say is that at least when they talk, even idiots like Rishi Sunak, even complete, total, bumbling fools like Boris Johnson, they still have some slight element of tact to either dodge a question or get around a question or give a non-answer or something. It's just Trump and a lot of what seems to be happening with these Republican representatives and stuff, the tact isn't there. They're like stuff is just spilling out of their mouths without them even thinking about what they're going to say. But asked to name their similarities, Trump said he loves his country and so do I. That part is true. I honestly think that Trump does love his country. It's just that he just loves it for all of the wrong reasons. He loves all the worst things about it. He loves the things about it that have been left or are supposed to be left in the past. He loves the things about it. We spoke about in the other video about filtering things out, right? If you're making coffee or something like that, you put the water through and everything that gets filtered out in the bag or in the coffee filter is what you throw away, and you keep the yummy stuff that you're drinking in your cup afterwards, right? It's like he loves the stuff that's left in the filter. He doesn't love the goodness that's come out of America, the dream of America. He doesn't love what America has created for people, what it can create for people. He doesn't love the ideals of what America can represent and what it has represented in the past. He don't care about that. He don't care about that. He doesn't love those parts. He loves the commercialism. He loves the capitalism. He loves the patriarchy. He loves the social hierarchy. He loves the business mindset. He loves the ability to be able to undercut people and regulations and go over people's heads in certain things. He loves that there's the ability to pretend like you care about people. And he loves that he can say whatever it is that he can say and millions of people will just believe him. I think that's what he loves.